Imagine, if you will, you are a town-dwelling, early 17th century European. Throughout your lifetime you have been exposed to wonderfully crafted paintings in what would be known as the Renaissance period. As you leave the local tavern, walking the cobblestone-paved streets home, perhaps familiar with locally renowned painters like Rembrandt, El Greco, and Bruegel, you catch a glimpse of something strange. You spot a painting, not just any painting. A piece of art unlike anything you've ever seen before. An indoor scene, details exquisitely placed, natural lighting that mimics the sun peering through your own windows. Truly, a portal into someone's life that seems indistinguishable from real life, as if a photograph taken centuries before the invention of the modern camera. Just wanted to drop in real quick and remind you to subscribe to our channel and like this video. We're still a very small channel, so every little bit helps. Hope you enjoyed the video. In the 17th century, during what would be known as the Baroque period, important themes in art were emotional states, often dramatic and exaggerated. A sense of grandeur, drama, vitality, and extreme movements. Paintings in a Baroque style, as the word itself implies, did not ascribe to the regular or immaculate, but would rather try to elicit an emotional response. However, at around 1650, something changed. Some artists, mainly situated in the Netherlands, almost overnight learned how to paint with the most exquisite of detail and perfect lighting, as if they had sold their soul to the devil in exchange for unprecedented artistry. Perhaps the most famous of those artists was Johannes Vermeer. When I say famous in regards to Vermeer, I am actually referring to his paintings, not the man himself. In fact, very little is known about this illustrious artist. His exact date of birth is unknown, as is the fact in how he gained his amazing painting skills. In the 1600s in Holland, it was customary as an artist to train under masters. Which master you trained under could lend credence to your own skill and thus increase notoriety as an artist. Therefore, a lot of records about artists of that time had been preserved. This is not the case for Johannes Vermeer. In modern days, somewhere between 35 and 40 paintings of his hand survived, each one still displaying an uncanny sense of realism, as if painted with light itself. But what exactly caused such a drastic shift in painting accuracy, making paintings look less like this and more like this? What if painters like Johannes Vermeer and his contemporaries actually used technology to create their photorealistic artworks? The 17th century in Holland was known as the Golden Age, and for good reason. International shipping trade and rapid advances in quality of life made for a fertile breeding ground of technological advances. One of the trades Holland was best known for was its extraordinary lens crafting. Advances in lens grinding made these lenses arguably the best of their time. So could it be possible that Vermeer and painters like him were aided by devices that included these masterfully crafted lenses? In the book Vermeer's Camera, author Philip Stedman proposes exactly this. He says that it could be possible these artists used some form of the camera obscura to capture images and trace over them. However, when examining Vermeer's paintings under an X-ray machine, no signs of drawings or tracings of any kind were found. It seemed as if he had just walked up to a canvas and started painting freehand.
Ladies and gentlemen, Penn and Teller!
In 2013, famous Vegas stage musicians Penn and Teller teamed up with Penn's good friend Tim Jennison to make a documentary. Tim is a businessman and inventor who developed an interest in Dutch Golden Age paintings and painters. After reading Vermeer's camera, he decided to try and figure out if it was possible the old masters used technology, some kind of invention maybe, to help them in creating their masterpieces. The film follows Tim as he explains a simple mirror on a stick can reproduce very realistic works of art with little to no experience in painting. By placing the mirror at a certain angle, one could line up a picture with the canvas. By moving the head up and down, constantly comparing colors, a match could be found by trial and error, and a very lifelike picture starts emerging. This was a very time-consuming process though. Throughout the documentary, Tim, through experimentation, further develops his aptly named comparator mirror, and finally decides to take on the huge challenge of trying to recreate a Vermeer painting. On top of that, he sets for himself the challenge of only using materials and techniques that were available in Vermeer's time. This includes, but is not limited to, lens crafting, table making, facade building, and pigment mixing. After hundreds of days, Tim Jennison finally finishes his masterwork, and it is lauded by a pair of art critics as of equal quality as the original Vermeer, thus proving the comparator mirror could have been used by the Dutch Golden Age masters. While Tim's Vermeer puts forward some compelling evidence in favor of the use of something like a comparator mirror by certain Golden Age painters, the fact that the documentary is made by two famous tricksters might warrant some healthy skepticism. In his blog, writer Joshua Gans created an article titled 10 Reasons to Doubt Tim's Vermeer, in which he cites several reasons as to why he suspects Tim's Vermeer is actually a hoax. It's definitely worth a read and contains some compelling yet circumstantial evidence pointing towards it being fake. It should be noted though that Penn Jillette has disputed these claims in a podcast and insists the documentary is genuine. Since Tim's Vermeer was produced several years ago as of making this video, it would have to be a very long con. It might still not be so far-fetched that some kind of invention or secret technique was used in the past. There exist a lot of records of tutelage of painters and provenance of certain works of art, but the exact painting methods and things like how to mix the perfect pigment was often a very closely guarded secret. It would therefore be no surprise that such records be either lost to time or purposefully suppressed. Maybe one day Penn and Teller will come forward and claim their documentary as an elaborate misdirection, or maybe some long-lost texts will be found, lending credence to the theory of something like the comparator mirror. Until that time, whether or not the Dutch Golden Age masters actually did use technology to aid them in the creation of their lifelike masterworks will remain simply a mystery. This episode took a really long time to create, but I thoroughly enjoyed researching it. What are your opinions on the subject? I'd love to talk about it in the comments below.